Okay, what's up, Dragon Brood? So we're gonna take a second to step away from all the Ikoria excitement and all the deck lists and everything else, and talk about something that's a little more heated at this point, a little more on top of people's mind, a little more annoying. I mean, I'm not even sure all the words we can use for it, but it's basically this thing right here, the Secret Lair Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I put up a video about 2 weeks ago and did a review or a reaction video to the professor interviewing Blake from Words of the Coast talking about it. So you can kind of see my input there. I'll try to include the tag there. And you know, I thought it could have been cheaper. I thought it could have been boxed differently, but ultimately we're now in a different situation where they're starting to take pre-orders. These things are going to be in people's hands. And then the question just simply becomes, is it worth it? Well, I guess I'm going to size some stuff up and tell you what I think. And before we get into it, please like this video and smash the subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell too so you get notifications. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so just the other day, I put up a video too that really talked about the pre-order prices and everything else and like were stores gouging or not, or whatever. So that's all said and done. I'll include the tag for that video too. But ultimately, we're now at the point that the prices are just high, no matter where you go. And some stores have actually started competing on price pretty well and starting to come down a little bit. And that's nice, but you're still going to be looking in the $300 range. And then there's still some stores that are willing to do some type of special events online because obviously they can't do good giveaways and tournaments right now in their stores. So some are working with like MTG Melee and Challenge and some of these other online tournament groups and running events and trying to give prizes. And that's a cool prize. I mean, paying a $10 or $20 entry fee to get a $300 or $400 first prize, that seems pretty good. So that's all fine and good. And there's ways stores are using these either as a small stimulus package for themselves or having a really cool promotional event. All good. That aside, the prices are just high. And the question is, should you run out and buy them? I think there's really just two ways to look at this. The first is, are you a collector? Like, if you want one of everything, and maybe the rarest of whatever, or you want to hoard it for a little while to eventually sell it on eBay in 5 years or whatever, okay, cool, then maybe you do want one because there's not going to be all that many out in the world compared to demand. So it's not like the value won't be there in the next couple of years. It's probably definitely not something you're likely to lose money on. Well, that's not totally true. Let's slow down for a second. Think about the fact that Wizards also said these lands would be available in some manner later this year. We don't know what that is yet. It could still be something that's kind of exclusive. It could be something that's maybe like the holiday buy a box promo, and you buy a box, you get one of those. It could be maybe put into tournament packs. It could be, who knows, just another round of them that get sent to stores to help them earn some money late in the year. There's a lot of things that could affect this price. And to me, that seems to be the holdup for me purchasing one. Even if I have the money, it's a matter of not knowing how many are ultimately going to be available in the future. Now, admittedly, the future product may not come in this box and all that and have the flashiness and the glitz and glamour, but at the same time, the people who want them kind of want the cards. I don't think that many people are going to leave these sealed in perpetuity. The cards are going to get used. So if we're looking at the cards that are available as far as quantity, and there's going to be more soon, we don't know if that quantity is going to be another 25%, another 50%, maybe a full additional print run, so now there's 200% available. We have no idea. And I think that's the issue. Without that, I personally can't just dive in and spend that kind of money on it. Now, again, if you're just a collector, completist, you want to have one in a sealed box, you want to have it for posterity's sake, part of your put it in a vault retirement plan or whatever, it's probably a great product for that. Nothing wrong with that. It'll probably hold its value on some level over the long term. But if it's something you're looking to move, I mean, if you don't flip it in the next couple of months, you're probably going to get stuck holding it for, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years before you really realize some significant profit out of it, depending on how many are available later in the year. Now, let's say you're not one of those people. You're just a player. You just want to have cool fetch lands and whatnot. Personally, if that's your camp, I wouldn't do it. I mean, think about this. You can go get almost 2 sets of fetch lands for what the price is going for on TCG Player. Like, that's pretty rough. You can also get a set of fetch lands and likely find somebody, especially right now where everyone's in isolation and people are looking for work or projects, you can probably find somebody right now who's willing to do alters of them and customize them to your liking. So you can have unique fetch lands and have a full set of them for less than it would cost you to buy the new sets, or the Ultimate Edition as we're calling it. So I think that's my real holdup. So I mean, if I have to give a verdict, probably not worth buying right now. And I'm one of the person who kind of thinks rare things are cool and whatever. Well, especially except for when they're foiled, because I just don't play with foils. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't really tell somebody this is a thing you need to buy. I think it's more about wanting to have the rare thing, wanting to have the exclusive, wanting to be a first adopter. Those are the people that are going to buy this, or should buy this. Anyone else, I think you can make your money go further. I think right now there's a bunch of other products you could purchase, like the Commander decks for this year. There's new Ikoria boosters, which are going to have pretty good value, I'd imagine. And there's just more you're going to get for your money at the end of the day, whether the value in the other things is high or low or whatever. Again, this could still end up being a very good investment, but we don't know. And that's the part that's really slowing everything down. And honestly, if I was speculating, with the feedback that Wizards has gotten and people want more of these out in the world, and these are a good motivator for activity, something like an end of year box topper where, hey, come in during the month of December, buy a booster box from your store, get one of these lands at random, that's pretty good motivation for people to go buy a box. I mean, spend $100 to $120, get a $20 or $30 value card, or maybe higher. Like, heck yeah, why wouldn't they do that? That's amazing. So if that's what works, and you're going to need to boost sales at the end of the year, then that's probably the best promotion for these, or something similar in that space. Or maybe something for tournament giveaways to get people to go frequent their stores more often and spur activity post-isolation, or whatever it is they want to do. But these are definitely motivators, and I could see them getting used a couple of different ways to really help them boost up their last quarter sales for the year, and to help hobby stores out. So on this one, I think at this point, I'm probably out. I mean, sucks to say it, but that's kind of where I'm at. And truthfully, I will say this. I think if there's anything we learn from this ultimately, is that Wizards of the Coast needs to back off on quoting prices. I think if we're going to say, hey, truly, there's no MSRP, then just let there not be an MSRP. Saying like, well, we think they will sell for this much, or they could possibly sell for roughly this much. That's just setting up bad expectations. And stores are going to be ordering stuff from all different places, and they're going to be selling it for different prices based on their profit margins or whatever else. So there's no way to guarantee that price. And I think that's what's making this whole thing tough, is stores are taking a beating because the secondary market is just dictating something insanely high. And I don't blame them for doing it, but that's a whole different argument. Back to the point at hand, ultimately, is Ultimate Edition worth it? I have to say no, and that's kind of it. Hate to be negative, but I think we have to on that one. But again, maybe I'm wrong and they don't do something cool with it at the end of the year, and now I'll look back and say, man, I should have bought it when I could have got one for $300, $350. But I'm willing to take that chance and be wrong. Anyway, please like this video, and if you haven't, as always, smash the subscribe button and remember to hit the bell so you get notifications when I have videos go up. But that's all I have for you today. We'll see you next time.